Good. We'll be ready when everyone is. So mmefunga huko nje ndio tusikuwe na interruption for the next few minutes that we engage. Do you have any of members of staff there, any CCCO who wanted to come in, who is hung around? Okay, fine. So you can go from there. So I'm ready to go when you are. Members of the press, you're ready? Yes. Okay, thank you. I want to welcome you this afternoon to the Office of the Governor of Kiambu County. I want to issue a press statement, which is a rejoinder, or rather a rebuttal, if you like, because yesterday most of you were present when you were invited for a press release by one of our investors in Kiambu County, Tatu City, which is a press briefing that did not cast the matters as present in the relationship between the county government of Kiambu and Tatu City in the truthful and correct way. It was a press briefing that was calculated to achieve certain results, and those results were clearly intended to malign the name and person of the governor of Kiambu County and members of staff of this government, and also to cast doubts and malign the government of Kiambu County as it is, because the matters that are indeed factual between that relationship are clear. The documentation is here. We shall be giving you the documentation, and we shall also invite any questions that you have. First, let me read my statement, and then I'll make a few clarifications in between. So we, the county government of Kiambu, feel compelled to address and correct the misleading and malicious claims made by the management of Tatu City regarding the approval of their revised master plan. It is with great dismay that we witness the attempt to tarnish my administration's reputation by spreading grossly distorted information in the matters at hand. First and foremost, my administration values, respects, and appreciates all investors in Kiambu County, and we have a policy to support them all. It is uncustomary for us to address our investors through a press conference. We are, however, compelled to do so, since Preston Mendaho, the Chief Operating Officer of Tatu City, decided to break this unwritten rule. So Tatu City, which has operated in Kiambu for 14 years and has about 5,000 acres of land under development, applied for a revision of their master plan. They wanted to address emerging trends on residential and industrial needs. In their submitted master plan, originally, 406 acres of land had been reserved for public amenities, which the Tatu City management have now downscaled to 103 acres, according to Preston. For land of approximately 5,000 acres, the expected land to be surrendered for public use ought to be about 10%, which translates to about 500 acres of land. This is to address the needs of ordinary members of public, who include the lower cadre, workers within the industrial park, and residential areas, such as those in the industries, housekeepers, cleaners, security personnel, and their families. These public amenities will also serve the larger population in Roiro municipality and the entire of Kiambu County. Since its formation 14 years ago, Tatu City has not surrendered any part, not even an inch, of land to the county government of Kiambu as prescribed by law. The county government of Kiambu has requested Tatu City to surrender land for public use as per the Physical and Land Use Planning Act of 2019, popularly known as PLUPA, and the Physical and Land Use Planning Development Permission and Control General Regulations of 2021. Also, Section 55, 58, and the third schedule, Section 7, and Section 7 of the Physical and Land Use Planning Act guides the subdivision, amalgamation, and surrender of public land. These regulations mandate private developers to allocate land for public facilities, such as schools, hospitals, fire stations, recreation areas, police stations, playgrounds, and other public utilities. Regulation 9, 3, and 4 of the Physical and Land Use Planning, Development, Permission, and Control General Regulations 2021 further adds, where required by the county executive member, suitable and adequate land shall be surrendered by the applicant at no cost to the county government for open spaces, amenities, recreational facilities, road reserves, a public purpose relating to the area to be subdivided for road or widening, for road widening. Public purpose is defined to mean land designated for use by public, for public, and any public purpose including public buildings, schools, libraries, hospitals, factories, regional institutions, and public housing. Public purpose includes housing for public or civil servants. The Land Registration Act 2012 explicitly states that land surrendered for public purposes shall be registered in the name of the county government or the cabinet secretary responsible for finance matters. Therefore, it is insincere for the management of Tatu City to claim that we are seeking land for private use. I also wish to clarify that the county government of Kiambu has requested land to be surrendered by Tatu City solely for public utility purposes. Contrary to the allegations, my administration is not seeking land for personal or individual use. Our track record on public land speaks for itself. As governor, I have consistently prioritized the protection and proper utilization of public land, and this is a position that I will not bend or compromise. This is the position I expressed during my first meeting with Tatu City management, including Preston, on December 8th, 2023, and the video recordings are available. We have the video there. After I read this statement, we'll play it so that you are able to see what transpired between myself, the management of Kiambu County, and the management of Tatu City at that first and only meeting. And I want to emphasize, as I read this, that there has been only one physical meeting between me as the governor and the management of Tatu City regarding the matters of the revised master plan. All other communication has been via one, correspondence, and secondly, through a lawyer who was sent here to represent Tatu City and consult with us, which I will be explaining. So, ladies and gentlemen of the press, let me state the facts as they are. During various meetings, some of which I have personally attended, and through several correspondences, we have provided copies of the correspondence. We will give you copies each. We have been unequivocal about what Tatu City is required to do to meet the expectations of the people of Kiambu. The key issue has been setting aside land for public use. The county government of Kiambu has requested Tatu City to surrender land as per the Physical and Land Use Planning Act of 2019, PLUPA, I think I've read that, and the Physical and Land Use Planning Development Permission Control General Regulations 2021. I've also stated about Section 25, Section 55, 58, and Schedule 7 of the Physical and Land Use Planning Act, which guides subdivision, amalgamation, and surrender of public land. That I've also read about the regulation 110.2. Let me just take that again, that these regulations mandate private developers allocate land for public facilities such as schools, hospitals, fire stations, recreational areas, police stations, playgrounds, and other public utilities. Regulation 10.2, Physical and Land Use Planning, Development, Permission, and Control General, Regulations 2021 further adds that where required by the county executive member, suitable and adequate land shall be surrendered by the applicant at no cost to the county government for open spaces, amenities, recreation facilities, road reserves, and for public purpose relating to the area to be subdivided, and as I said, for road widening. The part on public purpose, I think that one, as I had read. As a condition for reviewing and approving the master plan, the county government of Kiambu has officially, in writing, requested Tatu City to surrender land for public amenities, including 10 acres for social housing to accommodate low-cadre workers within the industrial park, and the residential areas such as those in the industries, for housekeepers, cleaners, security personnel, and their families. We also requested 44 acres for a stadium, community center, social hall, hospital, and administration offices. 2 acres for the construction of the governor's official residence. In accordance with the law and the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC guidelines, for the avoidance of doubt, this will be a public facility registered in the name of the county government and not in the governor's name. My private property, not